speak to us. What are the human rights implications of Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan's alleged planned arrest, especially in relation to freedom of speech and political participation?
Well, it's very, very sad. All over the world, you will agree with me, or if you don't know, I am telling you that government is actually the highest violators of human rights. If you look at the cases that we have filed in court, if you have 1,000 cases, 70–80% of them is actually against government, police, army, navy, those in government, governors, senators. That's actually what is also playing out here. If you look at the Nigerian Constitution, talking about Section 34, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 34, 5, 6, 7, 8, 40, 41, 42, it talks about the protection of human rights. And I don't know why Senator Natasha attending the IP, that is Inter-Parliamentary Union in New York, should be a problem. Because I know that legally speaking, she is permitted to attend such meetings. Otherwise, somebody like me now, higher thing, I just wake up and the day they're having that meeting, I go to the gate, they won't allow me entrance. It is because she's a senator, it's Inter-Parliamentary Union. It means it's a union where you have parliament members from all over the world. They are the Union of Parliament, and that is countries' parliament. That is what it should be, a union of countries' parliament. I think in the first place, that is why she was able to be given audience to attend that meeting. Yeah. Whether she was a delegate or not, I don't know, but I know that protocol-wise, talking about protocol, law, legally speaking, an ordinary person that is not a parliamentarian, rather you are not a member of the Senate or House of Representatives or that of Kenya or any other country, US, you cannot just walk into that union. Maybe she has attended that union before. Maybe she knows her legal rights. And also, the organizers may have also looked at the law, and that was why they allowed her to enter there and address them.
Okay, so but what about international law? How does the international law view the alleged attempt to forcibly remove a Nigerian senator from a UN event? What legal protections could she have in such a setting?
Yeah, she's actually protected by the international treaties and agreements, treaties that Nigeria went into. Like I was saying, first and foremost, she must have been there legally speaking, for she to be allowed to address the parliament, to address the union. If otherwise, she will not in the first place be allowed to get to the gate. I don't see how they will allow me, no matter the complaint I have, to get to that gate, to be able to gain access, because I know that internationally they have protocols and all that. So legally speaking, she is protected. That is also why from the news we are getting, they try to protect her when Nigerians try to abduct her from that meeting or throw her out of that meeting or remove her from that meeting. From what she said, they were prevented. So that is to say, internationally speaking, legally speaking, following international protocols and laws, she was protected. She was legally supposed to be in that meeting. That was why they came to her aid. That was why they came to make sure she does not, she's not removed. They don't embarrass her, because if they do that, she can turn around and sue them for neglecting or ignoring her rights. I think that was why they did not allow that to happen in United States of America's soil. They never allowed that breach. They never allowed that violation to take place there. That was why they try to prevent them from abducting
all right, now
her.
let's hear your thoughts on this, Haya. What precedent, does her suspension and subsequent allegations set for women in politics and also whistleblowers in Nigeria?
It's actually a very dangerous one. Actually, a very dangerous one. Let me repeat my favorite quote about Nigerian politicians. They don't do what is constitutional. They don't do what is right. They don't do what is legal. They don't do what is moral. They don't do what is. They don't do what is right generally. Only what they do is what is political, and most of the time, what is political in Nigerian parlance or for the Nigerian politician is against the law. It's against the constitution. It's against moral. It's illegal. That is what they do. They don't do anything that is good. They do only the things that are political, which is always against the law. So going forward, it will actually try to muzzle free speech. It will actually try to accept the women. So this is a time for the women to get up. I expect the women all over the world, in Nigeria, to go back to Beijing 1993. You remember Beijing Women's Conference, where the rights of women was started for the first time. So women should get up. But unfortunately, I hear that it was actually a woman from the House of Representatives that led or was part of the Nigeria delegation to the IPU, that is the Inter-Parliamentary Union, that tried to counter her. A woman, unfortunately.
Okay.
So women should wake up.
All right, now we've spoken about gender on one, part, but then if security agencies are investigating her attendance at the IPU meeting, does this suggest a broader crackdown on dissenting voices within the Nigerian government?
Exactly, that is what it is. That's actually what it is. That's why the women should wake up. I expect the women to protest this time naked. They should protest naked. They should attack their rights. Beijing conference should now let them use this to after the Beijing conference of 1993, that 32 years later, they should reawaken, they should reaffirm, they should reassert Beijing conference, resolution. They should do that right now, because this will actually muzzle not just the women, but opposition, whistle blowers. I mean, why shouldn't somebody talk? We have, like I said, Nigerian politicians, they do what is political, which is illegal, against the constitution and all that and all that. Otherwise, we have had several persons, several senators that were illegally or unjustly suspended from the Senate. And the court, up to Supreme Court, said it was illegal. And yet they are going to do the same thing again. Omar Adede case is there. Dino Malayo case is there. And several others were unjustly removed from the Senate by calling it suspension. And the court in Nigeria said it is not right. And they are going to do the same thing again. You know why we have laws and courts is so that people will not do that thing. People will not do whatever the law has legislated against, that they should not do it. That is why the law is there. That is why the courts are there. But yes, even when you pronounce on them, they will still do it again. You will start all over again to litigate on them. Otherwise, things like this ought not to happen again, because there are precedents, there are case laws, there are laws that says you cannot suspend an elected senator. You did not elect him. He came there. I heard her that day saying that we are equal. We are all senators. It's just that you are the president. It doesn't make you anything superior to the other. The same thing Akpabio said when Akpabio had issue with Araki. If you remember, Akpabio said, we are all senators. You are not bigger than me today. He's doing the same thing that was said to him.
Sadly, we'd actually have to wrap up here, but thank you so much for speaking to us on this.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.